Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Sheikh, I watch your sohbet
Assalam.
regularly. In one sohbet you told to be aware of hidden shirk. I want to know what is hidden shirk and how can I be safe from it. I am worrying about it very much.
Alhamdulillah. Every sohbet, when we talk about the ego, we are talking about hidden shirk. A shirk, as everybody knows, it is to say Allah has a partner. It's not the only one. Allah has a partner. The Prophet ﷺ is saying, now we have destroyed the idols. The physical idols that were surrounding the Kaaba Sharif for so long, they've been destroyed. There's no more idols now in the Hijaz, let's say. But it says we have destroyed the idols outside, but now we have to begin with destroying the idols that is inside. So to say there is Allah, but for so many people, what is it that they love and they put right next to Allah? What? Themselves. Themselves. And because of that ego, everything else, the ego can say, I like women, I like cars, I like job, I like power, I like money, I like cruelty, I like tyranny. Everything else is coming from that, but it's the ego, because the ego is the only thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created that is declaring itself Lord. Nothing else is declaring itself Lord. And everything from the stones to the galaxies to the bacteria, everything knows its Lord and knows that it is depending on its Lord and is remembering Allah. It remembers Allah. Everything is making a zikr of Allah. But the ego is making zikr of itself. In front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the ego is declaring its own lordship. And the ego Allah has put inside of us. And the ego will make us, without understanding it, without realizing it, the ego is going to make us to put a partner, ourselves, next to Allah. So, nafs, shaitan, hawa, dunya, four enemies. If you're not concentrating and seeing and having a strong power over them through the sheikhs and through tariqats, they will overtake you. You can be worshipping 24 hours inside of the Kaaba, but the one who doesn't know himself, he doesn't know Allah. The hidden shirk, it is difficult to detect. So many people, Muslims today, they're not understanding what is the nafs to. They're not understanding. We say, your nafs is your biggest enemy, the shaitan is this. They say, yeah, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm praying 5 times a day. I don't cheat. I don't lie. I don't. You understand? They deny it. Majority now are denying it. That's why majority are denying tariqats and sheikhs. And when they enter into tariqat, it's just a lot of either too much singing and dancing or too much illusion, delusion, or too much philosophy. It's never about the highest knowledge, which is knowing yourself. The only knowledge that is higher than that is knowing Allah. And that again is the reason for our creation. Prophet ﷺ is saying, the one who has a drop of jealousy, an ounce of a mustard seed of jealousy, no? Jealousy, arrogance, pride, arrogance. It is forbidden. Paradise is forbidden for that one. Forbidden. It's a big problem, no? Any one of us can say we have completely gotten rid of this jealousy. anger, envy, arrogance. So these are big things that causes us to declare our lordship. The man who is angry does not recognize anything else except his own. Doesn't. Only I exist. And if that one is out of control, if he has power in his hands, he will destroy everything. Every one of us has that capacity. Don't just say, this one is behaving, this one is like this one is. But I'm not. If Allah put us there, we are going to be tested. Most likely we will fail too. That's why in Tasawwuf they say, if you don't look at your ego as worse than Shaitan, worse than Fir'aun, worse than Namrud, if you don't look at your nafs like that, then you haven't made any progress in Tasawwuf. It's not philosophy just to say, but now you're going to sit and you're going to think, and not just sitting and thinking. Now if you fall into Shaykh and his hands, if you're in the Dargah, they will wake up those things inside of you. Person comes and they think they're so nice, Allah Allah, before long they say, what is this? I have so much jealousy on this one. Just because the Shaykh says, oh mashallah, very good. Or I have so much anger, and this one is just looking at me like this, or saying, you will realize the danger. Is the nafs that dangerous? Yes. The Prophet says, alayhi salatu wassalam, Ya Rabbi, do not leave me to my nafs, to my ego, even for the blink of an eye. So now, hidden shirk. As the Prophet says, it is more difficult to detect than a black ant on a black rock in the blackest part of the night. For that, meaning it is like a virus. Yes? Like a virus. You think if the virus is like, instead of being tiny, it's this big, with the thing poking out, coming to you, and it come and just like surround you like that. You think anyone is going to deny it? No, because they can see, right? But if you cannot see it, everyone can deny. But you can see, you just don't have these eyes. You cannot use these eyes to see. You have to use different set of eyes. So you cannot see how sick you are. You need a doctor to see. Even the doctor is not going to say, yeah, I see. He's going to use things to see. Today they have huge machines just to make the person to see. But things that they already know that they are there. So, you need those spiritual doctors to help you. You need them. They'll make you to see. Some, when they see, they try. They stay. They get a lot of help. Some, we make them to see, they rebel, they don't want to see, they're in denial, and they fight back. And they leave. We say, goodbye, farewell to those who go. But it doesn't mean that that one is not sick. You're still sick. And now you are more aware. The one who is not aware, maybe he can get away with it, but the one who is very aware that he's sick and he goes, they have that responsibility on themselves more. And so what do you got to do? Find a sheikh. Try to submit to his teachings. He will let you to understand yourself a little bit more. Think good thoughts about him. Don't just straight away doubt him. But what kind of sheikh though? As our sheikh says, if that sheikh is going to praise you, run away from him. He wants something from you. If he boosts you, praises you, he wants something from you. Stay away. If that one is not afraid to speak clearly to use rough words if necessary, and to knock you wall to wall when it's necessary. Stay with that one, because that one is not asking you any fee. And for that kind of thing, it is very clear. So, we found that one, alhamdulillah, to our share. And our responsibility now is to carry on the teachings and to apply it to ourselves as much as we can. They are not expecting us to turn out to become saints either, alhamdulillah. If it's like that, we all fail. But we're always asking for their mercy, and we're saying this is as much as we are trying. We do so many wrong things, but we are trying. Forgive us. We're not saying that this is an excuse, but give us the strength to be able to carry through. So, find a share, stay with him a little bit. If he's training your ego, then it's good. If he's just doing any other thing, not too good. You're going to be wasting your time. Tariqat is not books. It is not studying from books. It is not even knowledge. It is guidance. It is guidance. What is the difference? The difference is somebody who is sick and then he goes to, I was going to say library, but these days, whoever heard of library, right? Millennials don't know what library? I said Google. Google, yes, of course. The difference between that you have to Google everything, that is knowledge. Guidance is when you have Mr. Google sitting in front of you. Okay? You don't have to do anything, you just have to ask him. You don't have to search so much. And that is the divine protocol. Allah sent prophets and saints and rightly guided ones to always be there for those who are looking. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.